It was all
Donald
fine
Trump's-
over here until Dickless over here flipped the switch.
Donald
Is this true?
Trump's-
Yes, sir. This man has no dick.
Donald Trump's entire knowledge about the EPA comes from the first Ghostbusters movie.
He actually
He's like, fuck
doesn't
that
trust
guy.
men.
Shut down the EPA.
He doesn't trust men in turtlenecks because of that dude either. So. Welcome to Drunken Movie Geeks. My name is Matt Swizzy. Today we are going to be talking about Ghostbusters, the 80s and the 2016 version, because that was a thing last year. With me this evening is Chris Riviere. It's almost like you didn't leave from last time. So,
I just live here.
you just live here. I don't even do that.
We also have
Fact check Dan. Thank you for being here, Dan.
Howdy, folks.
Thank you so much. My question to you.
Yep.
Movies, Ghostbusters, do you like them?
Yes.
Do you like all three of them?
You know what? Here's where I stand with this whole Ghostbusters thing.
Yes.
We got one really good movie. the
Ghostbusters 2,
original,
of course.
And then Ghostbusters 2.
The original's great. Okay.
The original's great.
Sorry for
Ghostbusters
fucking you up
2,
like that.
Not that great.
Pig slime in the bathtub. What's not to like?
I mean, it's fine. It's just kind of the same movie done over again.
Yes?
And then, so when they're like,
So they did
we're
it with-
making a new Ghostbusters movie
Right.
with all girls, and people were like, you are shitting on the legacy of Ghostbusters. I'm like, you guys have one good movie and one shitty movie. What are we shitting on here, right? I said, you know what? Just make a good fucking Ghostbusters movie. I don't give a shit who's in it.
Right.
Honestly, don't care. And like, just make a good movie. And it's all right. So I didn't hate the
Okay.
remake.
Right.
I thought it was fine.
Sure.
I generally like the cast.
I like that you're going up at the end of the sentence like you're rationalizing this as you're saying it. You haven't put this much thought into it. You're like, I like the movie? Maybe? Like, I get it. It's a fine film.
I'm not gonna lie. I wish I liked it more because
Why?
the backlash to the very idea of making a Ghostbusters movie with 4 women in the role really annoyed me.
If it had
So I was
been-
like, who gives a shit? Just make a good fucking movie. And I wish I could stand here and be like, hey, fucking sexist fanboys, the movie was good. Who gives a shit? But now I have to sit here and be like, the movie was okay. It's no worse than Ghostbusters 2, though. I think they're pretty equal. It's not terrible. I don't think it's any worse than Ghostbusters 2.
I have a problem with this movie because for me, Ghostbusters 1 and 2, pretty quotable movies, pretty memorable.
Really, 2 though? What are you quoting from 2? Other than
Actually,
Vigo
no,
the
that's-
Carpathian.
That's the only quote you need. That's literally, and the fucking Peter McNichol trying to ask out Dana. Just being like, Dana, we can go out for dinner or something, once or twice. Maybe I come to your apartment. That's all you fucking need. That's probably a line from the movie because he's creepy as shit. I didn't have any of that. I had Chris Hemsworth being sexy.
He's pretty funny though.
He's very funny. He's the only funny part of the movie for me. And actually, no, Kate McKinnon, because Kate McKinnon can do no wrong.
I really like Kate McKinnon.
I love her.
She seems like a weird alien in this movie. Like every time they cut,
Dude, she was fucking Egon.
but like Egon, if he was a fucking weird sociopath. Every time they cut to her, she's just looking at people like she doesn't understand humans, and she's always trying to figure out how to fuck with them.
Are we positive that Harold Ramis is not, or was not actually a sociopath?
May have been.
He might have been.
Egon was
We don't
pretty
know.
weird.
Egon was super weird. He
But,
might have
I
had
mean-
some bodies in his basement. He might have butt-fucked Janine in the Ecto 1. We don't know. There's a lot about the Ghostbusters we don't know.
There's a spin-off we need to see right there.
Yeah,
There is.
that should have been the extreme Ghostbusters cartoon, which was a thing. Can you just type in ectoplasm lube and tell me what Google tells you?
This
Or
is gonna
fucking
be
Bing it.
Ecto-
I
whatever
assume
you
it's a
want.
form of foreplay when a ghost pukes all over you.
Ecto-
See,
Ectoplasm
I don't
lube.
yawn often because I'm afraid that a ghost is going to be sticking its dick in my mouth. And that's what this movie felt like for me. It was just one long yawn.
Yeah.
I wasn't entertained that much. Fallout Boy covering the theme song was...
Well, luckily they do use the original theme song
Yes,
at the opening.
yes.
When it matters.
Because...
And then they throw the Fall Out Boy one in the middle.
Because...
Because record sales?
There you go.
know.
People bought the soundtrack on iTunes. A surprising number of people bought that soundtrack on iTunes. I like Fall Out Boy because I grew up in the 2000s. I touched my first titties in the 2000s, so Fall Out Boy and I have a very great connection. I did not like this version of the song at all.
No, it's terrible.
And for me,
Terrible.
everything about that song is the same thing for the movie, how I feel. Like, it was just unnecessary. The gender of the gender casting, I don't give a shit. Okay, I literally do not give a fuck. Women-led movies, as much as I joke, like it's 2017, get over it, women are funny, as much as I say that, women-led movies are generally just as good as male-dominated comedies. This was not.
I thought Leslie Jones was pretty funny, actually.
Why couldn't we have gotten an Asian Ghostbuster? Like, why couldn't we have had, like, Ming-Na and saved her from fucking Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Look how much the fanboy community shit themselves over the fact that they're women. And you can only push it so far.
I actually love that everyone shit
accepted-
on it because of that. I was like,
They
guys,
accepted that there was a black woman because there was a black dude in the original.
Right.
But I swear to God, had they recast one of them as an Asian, people would have lost their shit.
Yeah.
Because fanboys are precious snowflakes. They don't like their stuff tampered with.
To be fair, this is also a super huge reaction to, like, the most recent wave of social justice warriors being like, we need more women dominating things. And everyone's like, we don't actually, you can balance it because, you know,
You know what, though? I mean, when they announced it, they're like, Paul Feig's on. All right, Paul Feig's made some decent movies.
Paul Feig's a fucking dickhead.
I don't care about him as a person.
I know. I mean, like, in the promotion of this movie, he was a dickhead. He blamed the fans for everything. I'm like,
To be fair, the fan reaction was pretty shitty, though.
the fan reaction was
I
pretty
mean-
shitty, but the regular people reaction was also pretty shitty. Like, people that weren't the nerds on 4chan being like, fuck this film, like, they were just, it's not great. He got a guy banned from Twitter for saying the movie was a financial failure.
No, but to be fair, people shit on it just when the idea came out.
Yeah, I get
It's not
that.
like, oh, they saw the movie, then shit on it. They shit on it just from the very idea of the movie.
People shit
and
on
that's
an
where they're
American
like,
Godzilla remake before it came out, and that
that
stars
movie-
a fucking lizard.
and that movie was fucking amazing.
That movie was incredible. Because
But-
it stars a giant
but-
lizard who
and
is
that's-
not
and
part
that's-
of our gender politics.
and that's the
fucking
thing.
lizards, 2017.
But I can tell people, fuck you, the Godzilla remake was good.
Yes.
Where I can't say, fuck you, the new Ghostbusters was super good. I'm like, it was okay.
If that's how we gauge a
It was
remake,
fine.
like they're making Ocean's 8 now. And like and there's so many people that are saying like, oh, it's gonna suck because it's all women. No, it will suck because of who's in it. Awkwafina. I don't know if you guys know who she is. It's spelled Awka. Like, yeah, it's like the water, but it's like awkward. She is a Chinese Korean American rapper. She's very funny. She's incredibly smart. I don't think she can act because I saw her in Neighbors and she was fucking terrible. She is in this movie. Rihanna's in this movie. Rihanna's a singer. She isn't a good actress. When she was in This Is the End, her role was super shitty, even though she got to slap Michael Cera across the face, and that was funny as fuck. The only good parts about this movie, Sandra Bullock, because I'll watch her in anything. So I watched Speed 2 and enjoyed it, so I'll watch Sandy in anything. And Kate Blanchett.
So, like, those are the heavy-hitting actors, and then you got Rihanna, Sarah Paulson, Mindy Kaling's in it, actually.
Mindy Kaling is really funny,
There you
but
go.
I don't think I'm going to enjoy watching her do a heist film because I hate
not?
Kelly
Why?
Kapoor's character.
And then
on-
you've got Matt Damon as the crossover to the Ocean series.
Actually, not
Actually-
just the only crossover because she plays, I think, Danny Ocean's sister.
Yeah,
But is George Clooney going to show up?
no.
No,
Who cares?
because
But you know what? That's a missed opportunity with Ghostbusters. Is that, and I think the promotional materials were very misleading. We're like,
We
is
thought it was a sequel.
Is it
This
set
is
in
not
the
a
same
sequel.
universe? Like, no, it's a flat reboot, full reboot.
that is where that honestly, gender politics aside, shitty soundtrack aside, weak plotting aside for basically combining 1 and 2 into one movie and redoing it, they missed a huge opportunity by acknowledging everything.
It would have been interesting if Ghostbusters had come out, right? There were a few big paranormal events, and then they disappeared, and there was no more paranormal events.
So the
So they just
Ghostbusters-
kind of went out of business.
Yep.
And then it starts up again.
Which
and
is
then-
kind of what happens between Ghostbusters 1 and 2.
Well, that's the problem. So
Yeah.
they kind of did that storyline. That's
Yeah.
why Ghostbusters 2 kind of sucks. Is it basically like, hey, let's reset them to no one knowing who they, like no one caring about them anymore.
Yeah.
Whereas again, it's like the Force Awakens thing. Where it's like, let's just reset the universe back to the last movie. And I mean,
I get that it's hard to work with those guys, like all of them, but give Ernie Hudson another job.
Listen, here's the thing: Ghostbusters 3 wasn't going to happen.
No.
All right, it wasn't going to happen. Bill Murray said he wasn't going to do it. Dan Aykroyd has been trying forever. Bill Murray said no, and it's like, if you're not going to get the original guys back, yeah, sure, just reboot it, recast it, reboot it, do something new. Just make a good fucking movie. Yeah.
The fan service in this was not great.
No, it was forced.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. But you know, I like the cast. And at the end, I was kind of like, I would like to see these girls do an actual standalone Ghostbusters movie that doesn't feel like it needs to keep referencing the originals.
I would have liked this to be incredibly dark and not have any like dick jokes or bathroom humor, because the original was like,
It's a comedy first.
yeah, it's a comedy first
And
and
it's
then
sort
a
of
horror movie
a
second.
ghost movie second.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, a switch from the original, which is kind of a ghost movie first.
It
'Cause
was
the ghost-
still a comedy first, and then
I
like
guess.
some of the, I think it was just a limitation on special effects, which is why the things
Some of
were
the
so
ghosts were
scary.
creepier.
Yeah,
You know, I
the,
do.
the taxi ghost
Oh,
like turning
yeah.
around, that dude scared the shit out of me as a kid.
Although I did kind of like the look. I like the look in the
Yeah.
movie. I like how bright the movie is. It's very sort of neon.
it's
like,
it's a real bright movie.
But I
it's
like that.
real
I like
bright.
the look in the movie. I like that the ghosts basically glow from the inside. It
Yeah.
makes them all look a bit same-ish.
Yeah.
This movie raked in $250 million at the box office on a $140 million budget.
It
so
made-
it
Which
is.
means it lost money
it
because
made
normally
in
you gotta
profit,
double your budget.
But what I mean, it got 74% on Rotten Tomatoes from
Yeah.
the Metacritic score, and just looking through a few of the viewer scores, a lot of the rotten, like the really bad scores, are people who didn't even go see the movie. So my
Yeah.
question
Which is bullshit.
will you, if they make a Ghostbusters 2?
yeah.
They will not.
I'm not saying
If they do, like,
if they
if
make
they-
a Ghostbusters 2, are you guys going to go see it? Because ultimately, like, we're talking about this new product, this new thing versus the old thing. So would you go see a Ghostbusters 2?
I will absolutely go see it, and
I'd go see it.
it has nothing to do with me being like I want to be wrong. I want to be entertained like anybody else.
Yeah.
I like having unfamiliar things and familiar things. I like in being in a theater and being like, oh, this is different. Fuck yeah. I'll go see it.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this? Just off camera, just
So the producer's not going to go see it.
yeah.
I mean, all right. So no, I would go see it. I think they need to not get a comedy guy as a director. Like I would love to see.
They need to have a director. That, yeah,
No, 'cause, like-
James Wan.
No, because Paul Feig is a fine comedy director, and oftentimes every scene fell into a very improvisational sort of feel where we get these two on a two-shot, these two on a two-shot, and let them riff a bit. And
I'd like to see
I would love
Michael
to
Bay do a Ghostbusters movie.
No, you want someone like Edgar Wright to do a Ghostbusters movie. Someone who knows how to move the camera, knows how to get jokes out of moving the camera, and doesn't just lock it off on a two-shot and let the actors riff. Which
Did
is
you find it
fine
just looked really
sometimes.
boring, like just shot wise?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like every time they talked, it just fell into a very improvisational setup, which is get them on a two-shot, get them on a two-shot, let them riff, and then we'll figure it out in editing. And even the fighting at the end was a little fine. I think you need someone who's maybe not so much of a comedy director. Get someone who's a bit more attuned with the maybe the horror side or the action side, and just let the comedy
just
come
flow
in
naturally.
the middle.
Get Denis Villeneuve to do it.
But speaking of gender politics, they did do a few interesting things because they were women. Like they kind of have the people online. They're like, yeah, don't read the comments. I mean, I was like, that was interesting. And at the end, they shoot the giant ghost in the dick, which I thought was kind of fun. No, I thought that was kind of fun. If you're
I saw
gonna
that,
do
I'm like-
for women, do shit like that. Like I don't want to say the movie was reacting to the blowback because I think it was happening at the same time. But it was kind of interesting where the villain in the movie is kind of this entitled white nerd who's just like, everyone should think I'm the best and everything I like should be the best. And it's just like, I thought that was interesting. So I'm like, the villain in this movie feels like your Ghostbuster nerd who's just like,
He
how
feels like a
dare
troll.
they?
Yeah.
That's why he feels like an internet troll.
That's kind of why I didn't
part
like
of
it. Because I was like,
Really?
man, you're attacking people who express their opinions on the internet. You got a lot of villains coming up.
But I like that. I mean,
I'm not an internet troll for this movie because I didn't give a fuck about it. I liked the first two Ghostbusters movies and the cartoons when I was a kid, but I did not give a fuck about this movie until it came out. I was like, I'm not gonna waste my 140 characters tweeting about this. Instead, I tweeted about like beer and possibly my own dick. Who knows? I haven't used Twitter for that long.
But that was interesting. I like that. I'm like, if you're gonna do an all-female cast, that's the kind of stuff you should slip in there.
Shooting them in the dick was a complaint that Chris had actually.
I was okay with that.
Well, you know, you can be fine with it, but that's the thing. Like,
Because it's about this entitled white guy who just wants everything to go his way, and he's like, the world didn't give me everything I wanted, so I'm pissed off and I'm getting destroyed. Fuck you, dickless. All right, let's shoot him in the dick.
I mean,
as
we're
they
two white
did.
dudes talking about this.
And
so-
I was fine with that. I appreciated that. I thought that worked for the movie. I thought even in the universe of the movie, it worked. Without it being a weird meta commentary, I was okay with that. I guess.
That's fucking dumb.
I guess.
Yeah,
But
you know how you seize the patriarchy? By not addressing their dicks at all. Hurting people in the dick is funny, but when you make it how you beat a boss in a video game,
Well, technically they beat him by reversing the vortex. That was just like him to let go of the building.
Skybeam.
It was a bit of a sky beam.
It was a huge
ground
sky
beam.
beam.
It was a ground beam.
No, man, fucking, it went vertically towards the clouds.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters is dick shots and
They
sky
need the
beams.
sky beam. Listen, the last act isn't great. I like them setting up and testing the different, the different gadgets.
Yeah.
I thought that was fun.
The gadgets looked cool. Like
Yeah.
I was like, hey, cool, proton pack.
And they do kind of abandon their own logic at the end, where they're just protoning ghosts and yet they disappear. It's just like a proton pack is just something you use to lure a ghost into a trap. It itself will not destroy a ghost.
Correct.
So you can't just kill a ghost with a proton pack.
So what do you guys think about the whole role reversal thing and how really kind of new and refreshing that is in cinema to have an all-female cast and then lovely brain dead Chris Helmsworth, who's not really brain dead, but he just the eye candy of this movie, and how nice it was that like there was no love arc for any of these.
It felt like going to every superhero movie ever when I was accompanied by a woman. Literally, it was Chris Hemsworth's in this. He's got his shirt off for 45 minutes. Great. I'm like.
But again, it's fun that they have someone who's just like the good-looking guy being objectified.
Oh, so objectification's fun, Chris. That's what you're saying?
Just saying, if you're gonna do an all-female
fact-checked, it
Ghostbusters
is.
and you're gonna play on the tropes, it's nice to just reverse the tropes.
Eh.
I mean, I don't know. You have to at this point because it's such
Or
a
you-
big fucking deal
Or it's
that they're
30
all
years
women.
later and you don't address it at all.
I agree. Like
you could have just completely circumvented and been like, we have a really hot actor who's funny as fuck. Like, Chris Hemsworth is actually funny in this movie.
But it's funny that he was dumb as fuck.
I love that he's dumb. The three Chris's are my favorite parts.
Will that still hold up in 20, 30 years?
No, because
When
people are going to be like, why are
hopefully-
they objectifying this man? Men don't
But that's
exist
what I mean.
anymore.
Well, in 20 or
The male
30
gender is
years,
getting
it'll
eliminated.
either go one or two ways.
Yeah.
It'll either go that we got really good with this shit, and now you'll look back and like, oh, that was kind of weird that they had to do that.
I think
But
it'd be like
but
looking
right
back
now, though,
on the film version of To Kill a Mockingbird. And like,
But movies are a product of their time.
Yeah.
And when this movie was made, I thought it was funny.
So I don't think, like, I watched Ghostbusters 1 before I watched this. I'm like,
Yeah.
man, this aged.
Ghostbusters 1?
Yeah, it's still good, but like it aged and it's a little bit too era specific. I think this is gonna be the same thing. It's not gonna age. It's not memorable. I don't think this is a classic. Sony definitely doesn't think it's a classic.
It's not a classic.
So fuck it. I'm an asshole. This movie sucks. This has
thought-
been Drunken Movie Geeks. We'll see you next time.
Cheers.